Good morning, George, Jennifer. Good morning, Molly. Hello, Rick. Hello, Justin. Good morning, Khan.
Hello,
Welcome. Oh,
family
everybody.
Luzon.
I'm enjoying the backgrounds. Yes.
Good morning.
Morning, Khan. Good to see you. Dr. Molly. Hello, Ravi. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Between the Lines, November 22nd. Make Words Sing. Inspired by our shook artist today, Poet Khan Raasfiya from El Paso, Texas. I cannot wait for our artist to join us and share her set with us and to hear the responses that we will provide. Now, just to clarify about responses, as long as it is loosely related to our prompt, Make Words Sing, you are welcome, welcome, welcome to share it. And the 5 minute interlude that we provide after our show artist is just a way for us to reflect and tie into our responses, written responses with our presentation to give a more fluid show that we have. Okay?
Do we give
So,
bonus points if they sing it?
depends on how well you sing it. All right. So, without further ado, and this is Kimlin Tan Babby, your host, and my co-host Lucian Tan, and director of our production. Glad you are all here. So, let me introduce you to our show artist, Poet Khan Raasfiya. She is becoming. Born in the Gulf of Mexico, now residing in El Paso, Texas, a mother of two beautiful sons, she is the author of CPR to My Dreams and Ode to 2020 and My Abyss, I Wrote Him Free. A poetic depiction of incarcerated love, she has works included in 10 anthologies, including Salute to Black Women and Salute to Black Men, as well as Once Upon a Poem, published in April 2022. Her most recent publications are contributions to anthology Spark and Feisty, both #1 sellers on Amazon. She hosts events, open mics, and assists poets in self-publishing. She is also a jazz poet and singer. She is peace, love, light, and abundance, and more amazingly for me, someone that I'm honored to call my friend and sister. Everyone, welcome, Poet Khan Raasfiya.
Thank you, guys. Good morning. Good morning. We're just going to jump right into it here. Broken leaves fall from these trees. My eyes look to the sky, standing in the casted shadow of grief. I fall deeper and deeper into the deep collection perfected by the wind beneath my feet. I have to pull myself up out of this rut, must find a way to glide, drift, be swift like the leaves do, never forfeiting the ground, the final destination. The leaves crunch under my knees. I pray for clarity in despair, thankful, but not for long, not too long. Want to punch the tree. She looks back at me with fragility, saying, "Do you know how long it took to become this stump?" I slump over, slide down the trunk to this gathering underneath my feet. These leaves, these leaves fall from the trees, a sign of hope, so close. I wish they could experience the closeness. It has never felt like kin before, never been a symphony of silence. I swore I would never write another poem like this. No more sadness, here I go again. It's never been this close, has never been this close. Hear it loudly, profound. Diction damaged, dialogue daunting, downward, 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 no matter how. I swore somehow I'd never write another poem like this. Time for joy and bliss, it's tailored, testimonial, trending, tickling, timeless timelines, tasteless, taunting, but not me. I rhyme on a dime, make the people fine, but does anybody hear her? Does anybody see? Does anybody even know she's going down today? Not sure if God is listening or if I'm just not aligned. What if there comes a day, a series of days where my lack and my contrast counteract? I fall helplessly. This is called The Police. It's a series of haikus. Haiku. The entire time they sit outside my house, my pussy is a fist. Haiku. They walk where I lay, trample while I hide, reside, my prize when they leave. Haiku. I'm afraid, dismayed, laying on the floor till they leave, cry. I cannot breathe. Haiku. Bills I pay with thrills, hills I long to adorn, torn. I want safe. I want safe at home. Let me bring that back. Bills I pay with thrills, hills I long to adorn, torn. I want safe at home. Haiku. I long to be free, incarcerated, freedom prejudged no longer. Haiku. Constricted airway, dare I say, po outside in my house. I hide. Haiku. Vocal cords restrict, close my eyes, hope I miss it. El Paso PD. Rainbow. I said to myself, I hate being Black. Hate this struggle with lack, this oh so possible, impossibleness created by my counterparts. I am art. Not hung up for display, no, kept in the closet, kept locked in the closet of the warehouse, down the lovely hallway. The only painting in my room hanging for no one else to see. Sometimes it's hard to see the edges of this sketch. Wondering why my father made me to suffer. How is that Love, how do you counteract a plot so deviant, so vile? Melanin split the river Nile, yet I would exchange this range of resilience for penance, self-acceptance while my people die unjustly, self-love. When I feel no one loves me, sometimes I wish to give all this Black history back. Tired of being Black. I am a rainbow. This is called Welcome. I step into the light, shake off these rays of shade. I am grateful to every star guiding my way. Though I remain nocturnal, vigilant, omnipotent, in everything, as everything, all at once. I have reached a level of satisfaction no physical action can induce. The proof is in the pudding, this level of instability. Waged me to see the foundation in the wind, whimsical, spiritual, lyrical, the imperial. I am finally aligned. I thought it was my sign. These two gems balancing alchemy. I thought maybe I was broken. The token Black, nah, just love. I step into the light. Let it ignite elasticity and collagen. It's assuredly been years since I loved me. Peace, one piece of light, dancing in the night. Whether the light bill is paid or the reconnection fee is unwaivable, I am still grace paved by my ancestors' relentless demonstration to live freely. I step into the light for them, for you. Mother Nature. Our feminine is attacked by men who lay on their backs, dicks hard, eyes closed, waiting for the moment to release deeper into my splendor unhindered. Get up and say, pay her less, work her hard, 2 weeks maternity leave, if that. No, you cannot have your babies here at work. No, you cannot homeschool while working remotely at the same damn time. Yes, you can swallow this cum. Yes, I will pay you $12 an hour, no time for menstruation on a 15-minute break, 30-minute lunch, not even enough to wipe my ass, tissue for tears. I did not pass the training class because I was mothering, stomach bubbling, pelvis rumbling this majestic crimson. I brew the future, Mother Nature. I want to gather my essence and spray all of this decay. Autumn love. It's something about autumn love. The way our hearts fall as the leaves descend from natural attachment to victims of circumstance. It's funny how they turn 50 shades of everything but gray, burgundy, orange, yellow. Call them hope shades. I'm mellow. Why was the time span so narrow? We never know. What hurts most is never hearing your voice again, the heartbreak being the closure. I have to pick up where we left off by myself. Within the unity of community, I find the strength to still utter confirmation of the presence before you. Fall is validation, an insulation that the cold is coming. Get a blanket. 2, fall represents saying bye to the idea of us. It does exist. It happens, can happen when we allow our differences to be our glue. Every hue welcome, every shade adorn, love the new norm. Divorce becomes foreign because every equal space and opportunity for unity is present, is presented. It can happen. It can happen when we allow each other to allow each other, feminine and masculine, divine, designed to create a new lineage. It can happen. With my whole heart. Bitterness, tangy like citrus, acidic to the stomach, cancerous to the soul, the culture. Bitterness. This unforgiveness deeply embedded within my psyche. I apologize. I want to love deeply, wholeheartedly. Want to entertain this pain out of me, leave it on the dance floor. Want to love without leash, noose. Love without calculating proof of its reciprocation. I am ready. I am ready to love wholeheartedly. This is a brand new piece. I don't have a title for it just yet. So sometimes it feels like the progress. Others, it feels like the process, this machine press, pressing photographs that outlast the stain of pain. It may seem impossible to ever overcome, to outrun this race, but I smile today. Pain in my frame, result of all the negativity I have been swimming through for too long. There are sun rays that need to see me make shade, a heart full of art wanting someone to listen. Why do I fear they won't listen? I guess I'm just like Jesus, pedestrian, alien, Canadian on US soil. I am so happy currently. Blessed to have found joy today. I allowed myself to breathe. Take a big, deep seep of what I reap, ending treating myself as a scoundrel based on financial values. I hit myself in the head the other day. Tired of values being neglected, family values, the Tilly family being an epic trilogy while seducing symmetry, just trying to make this shit line up. I want it all to make sense. It does not, but I smile. I found happy today. I heard the young man say, I am always depressed. I am ever seeking my transfer to the next dimension. I got a little sister, a mother to mention. I cannot leave them here without me. Suspiciously, we are the walking dead. Only the poets know it. But I smile today. Nothing on the outside has changed. My insides rage for my attention, wage war with the intention to feel better. Cannot ignore, I do not feel better. Attempting to rid myself of this self-inflicted poison, but today, I smile today. Head and eyes foggy, resembling the cosmic LSD. Everything is hazy. I want to be one of the first ones mentioned when we speak of healthy, me, taking care of myself, putting myself first, being the best me, possibly, easily amenable, hoping someone would tell me what to do. What do I do when I fight me? Suppress my best efforts. My mother says I need to pray more. Believing something is listening, it's energy work now. Cause I done worked myself tired. Myself is tired, needs rest. But I smiled today. There is nothing like hearing you call me woman. Nothing like the quake of this ache. I want to rest as breath between your lips. I want to believe in tenderness again. I think you said it in third person. Woman, a woman. I knew you were talking to me, calling me, asking me to tell you what a woman do when her man is in need. Oh, maybe that's just me. And this will be my closing piece. This is dedicated to my poets. This is called Inferno. It is this fire we make, written in red ink intentionally. Your heartbreak found my heartbreak. We ran to each other. You ran to me, collapsed in this comfort of tasteless mishaps. We wrapped our proverbs in poetry. You fire, higher, higher, higher is your flame, your word game, impeccable, me, delectable, undetectable, invisible wind twirling your spin. It's this give, take, this fire we make. Love, even when annoyed, vacate abruptly but forever comforting, forcefully plumping perky pillows. We swing low. In this delight you wallow. You leave me hollow, fill me with wordplay. I hope you know you save the day with your love, poet. Well versed in pervert, lust, prefer hearse over school bus. I rust from so many wet hands, glands that withstand my meaning, my beauty, this bounty. I proudly call me, see, given the wrong element, nitrogen or hydrogen, the cement we combust into flames. Word game. I make the ether spin. You be my wind, the fire we make, nouns impregnate verbs, birth subjects and predicates. You adverb, me the adjective. Change my perspective with constructive destruction. Forcible malfunction intended. It is the fire two poets make. Phonetic inferno.
Now, everyone, please unmute and let us celebrate our stroke artists.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
And this woman is doing it early in the morning. She brought her set early in the morning for us. And thank you for being such an inspiration to our poetic community and to your community and to our world.
Thank you so much for this opportunity and for all of you. And poetry lives because of us. And I'm so grateful for that. So grateful to be a part of that. So thank you guys so much.
So,
You're very eloquent, very, very eloquent. And you speak so much inner truth out into the world. Bless you for it.
Thank you so much.
So buckle your seatbelt, Khan, because you will get your responses in the form of our artistry and our words of affirmation. And Rick, thank you for that kind response. And Lucian, I think you have our interlude.
So I picked two pieces in response to what I know of Poet Khan Raasfiya. What you don't know is this angel can roll out of bed and be as fabulous as she is. So check this out.
Wish 1075.
I pray you'll be alright and watch us where we go and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. When we lose our way, lead us to a place, guide us with your grace, to a place where we'll be safe.
La luce che tu dai,
I pray we'll find your light,
nel cuore resterà,
in hold within our heart,
a ricordarci che
stars go out each night.
eterna stella sei.
Oh,
Nella mia preghiera,
let this be our prayer.
quanta fede c'è,
When shadows fill our day,
lead us to a
place, guide us with your grace.
give us faith so we'll be saved. Sogniamo un mondo senza più violenza, un mondo di giustizia, di speranza. Ognuno di torna dentro sé. Another soul to love. Let this be our prayer. Let this be our prayer. Just like every child. Just like every child. Need to find a place. Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be saved. Il a fait que I just saw it. Sento che ci
Wish Exclusive on Wish 1075.
Now, not all angels wear white. So.
I keep seeing people put their verses online calling it unholy, but I don't think y'all know what that means.
Ooh, that pussy's so good, I'ma dive in it, drown in it, swim into her ocean till I die in it. Fly private, fuck her in the lyric, guess I'm buying it. She just wanna blow up on a phone line. 3 lines in a row, her nose like Snow White. She wear a cross on her neck, I painted a cross on her back, made her wet. She's sick of the Gucci and Fendi, so I buy a Rico and D-Mule Mister instead. She's such a freak in the bed, we read the pen, follow it up with the meds. Swallow it like she depend on it, she like the way the money comes to her.
I keep seeing people put their verses online.
All right, back to you, Kev.
Poet Khan is badass. She's classic, and she is rock and roll, rhythm and blues. So, who has a response and would like to share? Rick! And then Ravi.
I would be happy to give my place to Ravi to open. Ravi, please.
Ravi Chandra P. Chitampali, you have the stage.
That's all right. You go on. Richard, it's okay.
Long Tia Pass! You guys have to do rock, paper, scissors right now. Fitting for rock stars and a poet with rocks in the back. You guys can play rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, I'll go on. Anyway. All right. Can I share screen?
Of course you may. Ravi, I can see it, but it seems like your screen is frozen or it is buffering for a very long time.
Or maybe Rick should go on, and then by then it might steady out a bit.
Okay. Rick, go ahead. Thank you.
It is my honor. I'm happy to do it. Knowing that there is no way I could speak in the voice of the great Poet Khan, I thought I would look at my oeuvre and find a piece that is as musical as it goes for me. You know, I spent so much time in the land of satire, but this is one I think that's very musical for my thing. It's called Cheery Barium Berries. It's about Chernobyl. And I think it's kind of musical in its own way. Cheery barium berries. Heat feet compete. Concrete creek. Cheery barium berries at Chernobyl's reserve herb halves of adverb salve. The rain in on sweet Sweden with extra spectral vitamins hidden in Chernobutyl trubutyl. Swedes heed. Finns concede. Norwegians have seen 'em, heck, they could check. The river raft wrecked of thermorobal Chernobyl's bubble, troublin', wobblin', the atomic tumble, radioactive, attractive trouble, concrete cractive, detractive. The wind from the east tarried, brought a heck of a feast, thought fast mask treats the town down the gown of Chernobyl's troublin', wobblin', frumble in double delights crumble, cerulean blue a fury, steam a hewing, blue steaming, stewing, blue blue, the way the winds rescind its wit, particles stinging, ringing slant. Is it? Yes, see. And the bounty of county complaint, lakes, shakes, snakes, flakes. The novice can't count greater and greater amounts, astounds, abounds about, the count abounds about, reflex, reject, relax, delay, defrance, the government they commends, content to amend, too recent relay, there they append, applauded, amazed the timing out louded, of letting and fretting and freeze the scare the locals, freeze the freaking yokels, there leering lair the air, learning words without anyone scaring. Hell's bells, swelling tells, tell 'em late, they can wait, the nearby lake won't mid-take, making the quaking think station, mid-stake of harboring harmful, mindful release, release, release. Fish, winding winds, blends, amending friends from what flyers sends, pitching blends toward future trends, run ton from their reactors, raising configuration, staging consideration, non-registering meters, data defeaters, melted stations of unregulated regulation, the loss, couldn't count the amount, tantamount amount, ride the radiation, mount the bonfires, bomb blast, at last, Chernobyl ain't so noble, ride the radiation. You know, but the tallies and alleys grow. Wouldn't you know they won't tell us yet? And what they don't know or suspect without the check, wouldn't you know? Chernobyl, us, wouldn't you know? Couldn't they check Chernobyl's bubbles of trouble? The wires and flyers, small friars conspire in silence, but the reliance on silence for compliance, radiation's alliance with violins, internatonal tunnel, atonal, tactical, debactical, nuclear NATO conspiracy, shactical, a bureaucracy of nuclear threadbare bureaucracy, an aristocracy of tin pan bim boomocracy, gave Al's accounts, the rosy ground shouts, shuddering grows, glows and flows, round the planet, can't you ash, can we stand it, stand and store it, round the planet, can't we, can it, can't we, damn it, the hubbub, yub, drub of drunken, so-clothed Soviet power ponder, wandered in an hour's flowered floundering, add the final, hyeno, venal, denial, reads and lead them to believe that they mustn't breathe, see them, seen them, tedium, so they gasp. They gave him fiber, liber, mask, and set them to the task of spreading the world, burning, sterling, curled. Didn't you know? They let the neighbors, nay labor, day labors, new now show before 4 days bomb aglow, our radiant, shady, and Trevivadian friendship with all of your oopskies. And if you look deep into our eyes, our radiation meters can conceive, revive us, drive us, but we don't believe that there's a rafter problem. At the noble Cherno, nuclear kings waving wands of radioactive interactive dust in the thrust of the dance, give us half a chance, Shiva's glance, to change into Chernobyl rainwear. And I'll stop there.
Well, damn.
Woo! I feel.
But everything's all right. Just remember, everything's all right.
Yes. Rick's so on fire. He's got all these lasers shooting out. Remember that with this new format, please feel free to post your poems if you feel comfortable under our announcement of our show artists, and that's where you're going to find the videos as well. So we're trying to increase engagement in between our weeks and with our audiences around the world. So please post on Club Mermaid under the banner of Poet Khan Raasfiya as our show artist.
And why not? Because sometimes inspiration hits you an hour or 2 or 3 later.
And also, weeks after, if something really hits you about one of our artists and a show, go ahead and go back and put something there. Poems cannot be written in 5 minutes. Well, maybe if you're Poet Khan Raasfiya, but oh, my brother. But seriously, this is why we changed the format, so that we could let the gift keep going on and on and on. And Rick, that was, you know, combustible. Thank you. All right. Ravi, are you ready for our for your?
Thank you. This poem, in a sense, is in response to Poet Khan's work as a whole, maybe. And it's also a tribute to all women poets and women in general, largely. Though the title comes from a male insect, the cricket, and its mating noise, stridulation. It's more ironic to my mind. I don't know if it works that way. Now, here is the poem, Stridulation. One rarely started a fire then. Embers from yesterday's fire, now glowing under their ashen blanket, await the breath that will fan them into a fire that upward climb. It is ancient task to hunch, leaning into the western sky, gently brushing off the cloud with a stream of breeze blown from the pursed lips, rounding red. The sunbird, the golden oriole, the quail, and the unhurried cockerel join the myna. Tendrils of flame that ignite life emanate from the warbler's throat, and the green suffusing the sky in silvery sheen. She sits at the hearth, fanning the rays filtering through the chimney. Darker than fist squeezing her heart, while her desires and dreams conflate into a jigsaw of letters she could hardly order. When the world is still upon the spindle and the frail thread is drawn taut between the wheel and the feeding fingers, what's that melody that's being hummed? I hear neither joy nor a tone of sadness, but a measured stridulation of a cricket. What does she script upon the billowing smoke? Or are they the notes puffing outward from her? I have not known her singing what was composed. There is such agitation of the chords. The sounds strum of their own accord to a measure I cannot fathom. Did Leda cry in horror, or did she lost in the flourish of feathers, soft? The warm, heavy westerly rushing through the high valleys to swirl in spindrift darkly upon the snowy peaks. Her eyes film over from smoke and heaviness, while tender dawn curls its arm around her neck and leans heavy up over her back. Beyond the orange sky, where the hunter and the bear move in harmony, the fabric stretches ever so gently, affording space to that note. She croons, lighting the lamp. I have leapt across the vast upon these wings, and have caught a shard of that sound to bring you from deep heaven. What my dull ear is not alive to. Make what you will of it, but tell me, when done, what she sang that day. Thank you.
Oh, 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 Nicole, Ravi, beautiful, beautiful music. Absolutely gorgeous. Each stanza, beautifully crafted. Thank you for your homage
Thank
to
you.
her and to our lovely Poet Khan, who sings her songs. Yes. And it was great. Thank you for sharing the screen as well so that we could see the poem and how it was laid out, Ravi. And for giving me another word on my vocabulary list from Dr. Ravi Chandra P. Chitampali. Every time he reads, I'm like, oh, here's another word I've got to look up. All right. Who would like to respond next? Dr. Molly.
Hi, friends. Poet Khan and all the poets who rendered their versions. Yes, words do resonate. They sing, they dance. Sometimes, as a poet, for me, an imagery is a word. Something from nature becomes the word. So here, I just give you some short poems of mine that made my mind sing through words. Short there. The lawn creeper on the wayside amidst heap of rubble, a lawn creeper smiles, unafraid, happy with the world. You, the lawn creeper, dance in midday heat. Your tiny life traced on the uncertain heap. You smile, stress-free, gleeful. The lawn creeper. Another one. The waves, each time they recede, the waves strengthen the shores. Each time they recede, the waves strengthen the shores. Let us strengthen each other. Dentures ill-fitting. With dentures ill-fitting, I look at the world. A piece too much in the mouth. A piece too much in the mouth. The last one on the river, on love. I am the river. I am the river invisible, flowing beneath the contours of your otherwise dry exterior. No, I haven't dried up. I am there. Otherwise, why you grow misty-eyed for no reason to the note of a song, a ghazal, to the tiny spark of goodness, or even to a smile from a random face. I water your roots with him. Thank you, dears. My share is over. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Molly, Joseph, for that triptych of sound and song. Yes, thank you. Making words sing today is our theme. All right, welcome to Maureen and Kimberly Anderson. So glad that you're in our audience. Now, response artists, who would like to go next? Jennifer, please take the stage.
Thank you. I'm going to share screen. So this poem today is called Ode to Wrinkles. It's a triple cinema poem that can be read down each column and across the columns as well. And we can also read the poem in reverse order, both stanza by stanza, as well as line by line, from the bottom line upwards to the top line. And you can feel free to jumble up the order of the junctioning stanzas as well. And also, because they are junctioning stanzas, and you can mix the original form of the stanza with the reverse order of the stanzas. So basically, the reader has a lot of ways that he can do permutations for this poem. So I'm just going to read it once through the original version, and I'll attempt a reverse order version of the same poem as well. Ode to Wrinkles. The wedding ring no longer sits because of gnarled knuckles. When shirts don't fit, no matter how you wring, you can't get them dry. They just wrinkle, no matter how you try. Life gives joy at times, stings, grumbles and troubles as we stumble through. Stubborn rubble and tumble. We stub our toes and toe rings as wisdom sketches wrinkles across stretches of skin from forehead to ankle. There's no telling about the future landscape, indeed, no foretelling it. There'll be escape. Buckets of fears, spilling their guts out amidst people jumping up, down, and about, now looking for flat boards. Boards? Those wishing to iron wrinkled skin are trampled upon by the likes of grumpy, Rumpelstiltskin. We end up singing, ring a roses. We can't recall any songs, full lyrics, as we go around Piccadilly Circus. Where the road is a ring, we have different exits. We zero in on the one worth trusting for the shoe in that fits. For the living, we await a dead ringer. It sounds like gloom and doom, both gathered together. We ignore the absence of spring in someone's step. The skip, it's a mistake that it's missed until the person trips. Wrinkles do well to sing, hear them draw attention to taste that which experience has done, paid the price to pass through. Wisdom is dialing in from a constellation of twinkles. Remember, wrinkles, reveal yourselves, for we synonyms should mingle. Reverse order. For we synonyms should mingle. Remember, wrinkles, reveal yourselves from a constellation of twinkles. Wisdom is dialing in, paid the price to pass through, to taste that which experience has done, hear them draw attention to. Wrinkles do well to sing until the person trips. It's a mistake that it's missed in someone's step, the skip. We ignore the absence of spring. Both gathered together, it sounds like gloom and doom. We await a dead ringer for the living. For the shoe in that fits, we zero in on the one worth trusting. We have different exits. Where the road is a ring, as we go around Piccadilly Circus, we can't recall any song's full lyrics. We end up ring a roses. We end up singing. The likes of grumpy Rumpelstiltskin are trampled upon. Those wishing to iron wrinkled skin now looking for flat forwards, up, down, and about, amidst people jumping, spilling their guts out, buckets of fears. If there'll be escape, indeed, no foretelling about the future landscape. There's no telling from forehead to ankle, cross stretches of skin. As wisdom sketches wrinkles, we stub our toes and toe rings, stubborn rubble and tumble as we stumble through grumbles and troubles. Life gives joy at times, stings. No matter how you try, they just wrinkle. You can't get them dry, no matter how you wring when shirts don't fit because of gnarled knuckles. No longer sits the wedding ring. That's it. Thank you.
Soy.
You even threw in some singing.
Yeah, I did. Actually, I intended to sing a bit more, but somehow I couldn't do it just now. I wanted to do the this part where it goes, where the road is a ring. It's supposed to go like, just somehow the tune escapes me now, but I intended to sing that line as well. Yeah, so sorry about that. I forgot how to sing that line.
Perfect opportunity to record it and drop it in the thread.
Oh, okay, I'll try. Thank you. I tried to sing because Poet Khan sings, right? So yeah.
So exciting. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who would like to go next?
So before I read out the poem, which is titled Sing Me a Song, I just want to say one of the reasons I've joined BTL Poet Khan is you. The first session I attended as a guest way back, I think in April, I was so struck by your contribution there. And I remember you were dialing in, I think, from a hotel room, and you had your kids there. So this poem does make a brief reference to that. I've been a bit bold there, so apologies if that is inappropriate. But I just thought, yeah, as you did your opening bit, I was struck by your authenticity, your vulnerability, but more important than anything else, just your strength. So that makes a difference. All right, so without further ado, sing me a song. So this is how it goes. So sing me a song of a rainbow with all of its color and light, where the shades are all seven and arc their way through the night. Sing me a song of a cascade with water that's waiting to fall. Though I cup my ears to the noise, it will hold me forever in thrall. Play me a song of the sunrise, playing peekaboo over the hill, washing the sky in orange and yellow, letting the early bird catch what it will. So sing me a song of the forest, where all of the trees are green, where old dragons still lurk, a beastie you wish you'd not seen. Sing me a song of your children as you mark off their height on the wall, then gather them closely about you. When was it that they became so tall? Go sing me a song of a mountain with all of its fingers touching the sky, where their snowcaps won't melt, love and pure air that give you a high. Then you turn to me and give me a tune and ask me just what I've heard. You asked for a poem a little too soon. Just for now, I haven't even one word. Thank you.
I'm speechless.
Speak to Neil.
Sorry. I was saying that was beautiful, and I want that. I would love to have access to that when I'd like to be reminded of my effect of my vulnerability. Sometimes I feel weighed by my task, and as a poet, I just have to get up here and do my thing, and to hear things like that. That means so much to me. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'll put I'll send you my email in a DM so you could please email that to me. That would be beautiful to have in my own collection. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh man.
I think we have one more response artist before Kimlin closes the show.
Is that me?
Yeah, Justin, is you.
Okay, can I share screen? Okay, here we go. Can you see? Okay. I went on the Sher Khan road. So here goes. Disney's Jungle Book and the Mongolian warlord Khan. Proudly, majestically, a Bengal tiger, rodent exponents flee helter-skelter in all directions. Much like parasite slips of paper shaken from the tin, Sher Khan's very experience causes a company of birds to make a din. Namesake of the great Mongolian genius who united the nomadic tribes, conquering and plundering the Adriatic Sea in one direction and the Pacific coast of China in the other. A determined evaluator and subjugator of petty squabbles of various tribal chiefs, they were promptly tagged as Tartarians, not because they like tartar sauce on their buns, but more because they seem barbaric legion from hell, Tatar. Friend of Balu and Bakira, Himalayan slothbear and Melanistic leopard, they were the first Black Panther and bare necessities to help men cut with jungle laws, perplexity and asperity. Though Balu did so like the DuckTales. He does take to heart any Blyton's gardeners ditty-gritty when gardening nettles, to grab all the nettles firmly so as not to get pricked infirmly, only to apply the tail of Big Kitty. Balu did so like the DuckTales, This is the jungle, Bangkok, and Shere Khan's tale. Thank you.
And just the bare necessities, Justin.
Just the bare necessities.
Forget about your worries and your strife. Yes, that was beautiful.
Yeah, that's a song I wanted to bring. Thank you.
Thank you. And once again, we are coming to the end of our show. Remember that we've changed our format. This is a show that is in response to our show artist. I'm really excited that next week we have Dr. Janet Hart Heinecke, the former head of the art school at Simpson College in Iowa, and she will be responding to her paintings and also her curatorial perspective on how she brings people to a community to take a look deeper at things. We're going to be looking at small things. So that will be our show artists. Watch out for the materials on our social media on Q's Blue World, Kemlantan Bappy, and Club Mermaid. For all of you who wish to add more to the show, please feel free to post under Poet Khan Raasfiya's announcement on Club Mermaid. That's where we'll respond. And Khan, please feel free to respond to the different pieces that have been written about you. I hope you've been delighted by what we've brought to you in response to who you are. Yes.
I just want to say thank you. I want to say 13 thank yous, but I don't want to take y'all through that. But thank you times 13. The poet needs the roses and to know that they are appreciated. And I just sometimes we shy away from those opportunities to be loved on in that way. So I'm so grateful that I was ushered into all this love today. Thank you for everybody that came, that didn't get to hear me spit. I'll do a special feature for you guys individually.
And also, they can
but
watch the
thank you.
video.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we record it, so that you guys can catch up on the video. We've got lovely poets who cannot be here because they've got conflicts, but that's one of the reasons why we've created this format, so that people can respond and participate asynchronously, on Club Mermaid. So we love it and we're excited. Welcome again, Marcia. Good to see you. And I am going to do my response to you, my darling friend. Make words sing. A found poem from the words of Poet Khan Raasfiya. Does anybody hear? Does anybody see? I hate this struggle with lack, hope shaded. Does anybody hear? Does anybody see? I'm a rainbow for them, for you. Tissue for tears within the unity of community. Does anybody hear? Does anybody see? But today I smile. I celebrate this fire we combust words into song. And then I would like to share this with you. Hosanna, hey, Zana, 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 ho. Zana, hey, Zana, Hosanna. If every rock could speak, they'll start to sing. Stones stacked on a tower, each whispering a truth. I was here. I placed my first stone. I added to a cairn years ago at Kalbari National Park. Kangaroos lazed on grassy knolls. They nurse and tend their young. It is so strange to see them outside a zoo enclosure. Flocks of cockatoos, black and white, fly over the treetops. Colorful lorikeets peck for breakfast. I recall the black swans calling, their voices echoing, reverberating between Gwe Lapis walls. In the wilderness, my heart is overwhelmed. The world is so expansive. God is a big, big God, and who am I? He chose me to walk with him. Even in the most horrific settings, it's unsettling to recognize the presence of God with me. I know you were there. Call it heresy at times. I'm so fucking angry you did not smite my enemies, my assailants. God, if you are all powerful, why are you everywhere? And were you there with your all seeing eyes? Did you care when I was crying and felt like dying? I don't have a satisfactory answer for theodicy. Why do innocents suffer in the hands of evil? Why do bad things happen to good people? I have a stone in my hand. Should I be the first to cast it against my enemies, against you? Or should I restrain, hold back? I keep walking, pestering and putting another rock on a pile of stones, smooth and jagged, wondering if you will ever get tired of my churning questions. Maybe faith, hope, and love looks like this. Daenu. When I look to the mountains, I can see you there. In the wild, churning ocean, I can feel you there. In the warm summer breeze, your voice is in the air, oh my Lord. You reflect your perfection in the smallest leaf. In your vastness, you've rendered time a captive thief. I stand naked before you in amaze belief, oh my Lord. Oh my Lord, my Creator, you have captured my heart with a love I could never repay. So I fall to my knees to try to tell you what words could never say. When I look to the mountains, I can see you there. In the wild, churning ocean, I can feel you there. In the warm summer breeze, your voice is in the air. Oh, my Lord. And the last piece is a song called When I Look to the Mountains by Randy Stonehill. My dear friends, we have come to the end of our show. We welcome you to respond to our shock artist next week, Dr. Janet Hart Heineke, as we pay attention to the small things in life. You are my dear friends. Please watch this video again if you just joined us and respond on Club Mermaid, because we want to hear from you as well. Come back next week at the beginning of the hour so you can experience with us synchronously. We are lovable. We are capable. We are valuable. We are able to sing and make words into song and touch our worlds as poets, as artists, and as people. Go forth, my friends, and be blessed. See you all next week.
Keep seeing people put their verses online calling it unholy, but I don't think y'all know what that means.
That pussy's so good, I'ma dive in it, drown in it, swim into her ocean till I die in it. Fly, private fucker in the lyric, guess I'm buying it. She just wanna blow up on a phone line. 3 lines in a row, her nose like Snow White. She wear a cross on her her neck. I painted a cross on her back, made her wet. She's sick of the Gucci and Fendi, so I buy a Rick Owens D-Miller mixer instead. She's such a freak in the bed, we re-hit the pen. Follow it up with the meds, follow it like she depend on it. She like the way the money comes to her.
See you next week.